Hello and welcome to this video. In today's video we're going to watch 15-year-long WoW nerds' first impression of Final Fantasy XIV. I am excited! Let's just get right into it.
Hello there. I played WoW for 15 years, and now I'm here. Now how did that happen? Well, it's actually quite simple.
Oh, no!
I had quite a few personal things.
Idiot! Go to small game! Oh no, we need to start over. I'm sorry.
Hello there. I played WoW for 15 years, and now I'm here.
Hi.
Now, how did that happen? Well, it's actually quite simple. I had quite a few personal things that I had to deal with, and that kind of kept me away from literally everything. And while I was dealing with said personal stuff, I had a couple friends who came by and told me, hey, you should play this game. And I was like, okay. I didn't quite fight him a whole lot about it because I learned beforehand that this game had a certain crossover going on, so that was kind of all the incentive I really needed. So yeah. So, now that the introduction is out of the way, how do I feel about this video game so far?
I don't know.
Well, let's start at the beginning.
Beginning! I like him.
So the first thing I encountered when I was going to make a character was an endless void.
Yeah.
Because that is what my soul tells me. No, wait, it was just loading in. So, what are my options? You have person, pointy-eared lanky person, an evil lawn ornament, Elon Musk's underground project, big person, anime edgelord or anime waifu, and a Playboy model. And yes, these two are gender locked. No, my choice here was obvious. It's not because of being like normal or anything like that. Pfft, nah. It's because it's the best way to fight for the glory of mankind. I also gotta pick a birth month, which is worded other things, but if you count them out, there's like 12 months, so do the math. Then I gotta pick which god person to be my guardian. Both this and the previous thing are just pure RP elements and pretty inconsequential. So you can just throw the dice here if you want and don't really care much about that. Now I gotta pick a job to start with. And my options here are... Are you not entertained?
Just a guy who's a hero for fun.
And my axe.
Hey, Naki, he's a singing man.
I need healing. I need healing.
I love this.
I went with Lancer because they poke things to death. And I like poking things. Then I had to name the person. I went with Lucia Caritas because Latin is cool. As broken as it may be through Google Translate. So I start off being wagoned away.
Oh, she's pretty.
Hey, you're finally awake.
And similar to
He's
real
so
life,
weird.
I get ambushed by the realities of this world shortly after being born. Then I'm sent to UI school to be spoon-fed all the basic things in life. Oh, so that's what WASD does. Wowzers! That's a lot different to wrestling moving with a mouse. Press S for success. Oh man, I am just gonna dominate this game! And after I got the hang of things, I started my journey through pretty much the same type of quests I get in WoW. But anywho, yeah, that's what your typical starting experience is probably gonna be like. There is a key difference though after you hit level 30 though.
There he is!
You actually start taking part of an actual like Final Fantasy-esque grand journey. And to anyone who's played WoW, you'll realize soon enough that, whoa, I actually matter in the lore of this game? Yeah, it's weird, I know. You can come back after slaying like an actual titan in WoW, and you get like Thanos expecting you to still spit shine his shoes by the time you get back.
Let me have a look at you.
Beck is true!
I hate that guy. I hate him. But anyways, yeah, you actually are like a focal point in this story. And it mostly goes back to the production team keeping the philosophy of, this is a Final Fantasy first, and an MMO second. So with that said, I really have to emphasize that if you're gonna go through leveling in this game the traditional way, you gotta be willing and wanting to have a Final Fantasy story-driven narrative, because this is absolutely a Final Fantasy story-driven narrative game. And to those of you who think you could just level through dungeons in this game to the top, you better think again, because literally everything in this game is locked until you do a specific quest to unlock it, and or you get through specific moments in the main story quest, also known as the MSQ.
Yeah.
So yeah, leveling! So leveling is kind of something every single player ever has to go through, unless you fork up some dough. So I'll say what I think and what a general consensus of other players seem to think. It's slow at first. So there's a whole belief that first impressions are everything when it comes to the bargaining table or something like that. And Final Fantasy XIV honestly doesn't really suck with its first impressions. No. But it definitely felt really similar to WoW. The biggest reason why it feels slow, outside of the fact that it's the basic fetch quest and kill X amount of things, please, is that the abilities you start with are kind of few and far between. I didn't have a whole lot of abilities just with Dragoon or Lancer. Like, this is all I had. This is all I had to work with. It's not much.
It feels
Did I
weird.
mention that this game has a 2.5 second global cooldown? Yeah, well, it has that. That's in here. That's in the game. It's got, But, oddly enough, this super mega simple class ends up getting fleshed out super mega hard by the time you're, 60, I think? I'm currently stuck with, like, the level 70 toolkit in the content that I'm doing right now, and I gotta tell you, like, now I gotta be able to nail, like, a 19 ability combo or rotation for me to get, like, up to par in DPS with everyone else. So things do absolutely get more fleshed out later on in the levels. That actually applies to pretty much the entire game as well, ranging between the story, the game mechanics, the music, the artistic direction. Everything about the game just gets better the longer you play it. And it does feel like you're progressing towards something the whole time. Overall, though, like, the whole leveling experience is actually, like, really great once you actually, like, get yourself immersed in the story and actually progress along with it. In fact, I'd wager that the leveling experience may be one of the best experiences in the whole game. But I haven't really reached endgame yet, so I can't really tell what's going on endgame. But from what I've experienced so far, this leveling experience is quite phenomenal. Of course, like, after A Realm Reborn, at least. And for you WoW folks, I'm sure you're curious about this other thing. Dungeons. So the dungeons in this game follow a pretty specific format, I noticed. Just about all of them have like 3 bosses and 2 to 4 packs of mobs in between. The bosses are also like super well telegraphed to where I almost don't need a guide to beat them. It's kind of impressive, really. But then later on, the game starts throwing you boss fights that have like no telegraphs to their attacks, and you have to rely on doing things the old WoW style and just watching the ability they're casting. Not the current WoW style, the old WoW style.
It's a
current WoW style, you
horsey.
just listen to DBM. But overall, the dungeoning experience is rather simple in its neatly wrapped formula that the company seems to use all the freaking time. And honestly, I'm kind of fine with it, because despite there's only 3 bosses roughly per dungeon, sometimes there's fewer, they still
like
bring
that,
something
actually.
new to the table. Like, it really starts kicking up after A Realm Reborn. Like, a lot of things happen after A Realm Reborn. They
Sounds
add
like
new
classic,
mechanics and stuff
honestly.
that is like really creative here and there. And because that they do that, it keeps the whole experience really fresh. And because of that, I personally had a really great time just going through the dungeons.
Oh, no. Minor spoiler warning. Are we going to watch it? A minor one. Can we take a minor one? Let's do it.
But then you get to the trials. Holy
Trials.
cheese balls! These things start getting really spectacular looking the further you get into the story. So these things are like instance fights where you fight one boss, and that's all it is. You just fight one boss. They start off rather simple in design and spectacle, but as you get further and further in, the animators, designers, VFX artists, and whatnot decide, hey, let's get pretty. And good God, my eyes and ears can barely handle what's going on. It's actually ended up leaving me dead a couple of times. Like, dudes, the music changes according to the phase of the fight. It's freaking awesome. But honestly, the music in general of this game is just so
Very
freaking
Elden
good, man.
Ring-ish.
I mean, Final Fantasy has always had a strong musical history, but that was mostly under Nobuo Uematsu, who wrote a huge majority of the music from Final Fantasy 1 to 9, and assisting with the music in like 10 through 12 and Final Fantasy 14 1.0. But someone else is holding the reins for the majority of this game's music, and that's Masayoshi Soken. This dude is a musical freaking genius.
Oh.
A genius! I can go
Genius!
on and on about the music side of things, but I think I'll hold off on that for maybe another video, if I ever get around to that. But anyways, yeah, I wish I could like say more about like the actual rating scene as well, but as of the moment, I'm still working my way through the main story, so a bunch of those things are kind of locked to me still. So unfortunately, I can't really say as to how the end game feels yet, or just other raids in general. And with that said, I would like to say more about the game as well, but for now, I think I'll hold off for another time. I felt like I just needed to cover like leveling and dungeons for now, because there's a lot in this game. There's a lot of content in this game. There's a reason I spent a month of locked-in time and still haven't completed the main story. There's a lot to do in this game. You get your money's worth, especially now that there's a trial, this recent patch that came out. They adjusted the trial to where you can go all the way up to level frickin' 60 in this game, which is the end of the Heavensward expansion. And for a frame of reference,
This I
the
could
current
never with that
maximum
build.
level is level 80. So you're getting like 3/4 of the game for free. So yeah, if that's not incentive to like give it a shot, then I don't know what is. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here and have it act almost as a primer for potential things to come. If you would all like to see more and hear more of my thoughts on the game, just let me know and I'll see if I can't make more videos about the game. But for now, I think I'll just end it here. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful life. Take care, folks.
You take care. Lucron. Lucron, you take care. Go show Lucron some love. Leave him a nice comment and a like. I will insert his video in the description. And I love the creativity of this video. Like this is really my style. It's so much fun the way it is recorded. It's interesting to see with the dungeons. I've tried one with people. I have tried to calm myself down and tell myself, it's not that bad. Relax. You're overthinking this too much. But I guess with time we're going to get better. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you have any more videos, or if you have any videos you would like me to react or watch, honestly the same thing, you would like me to react to, you can go to our Discord, and we have a server where you can leave the videos. And yeah, with that, thank you so much for watching. You may stay cozy, and I'll see you in the next video.